Welcome to the Flat Racing Guru with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's Wednesday, and we're racing at Newcastle, Kempton, all-weather Newcastle. To Peter, what it is I've got to do this quick because the thing is with Twitter, you only get so long to do it. So I'm in a bit of a quandary here. Should I just upload this to my YouTube channel and then post it on Twitter? But the thing is with the YouTube channel, none of you ever look at the link anyway, so I'm in a quandary. So anyway, like yesterday, I'll do one race for you, but the thing is, I did want to do the 310 race, the big money race, but it's just too many runners. The time you get on Twitter, you just can't do it. I can't even mention anything because there's a lot to go through, but But put it this way, if Baronial Pride gets this, it's got a lot of, it's bred for speed, this Baronial Pride. There's a lot of speed in it, in the pedigree of Baronial Pride, but he was cruising last time. If he gets this 7 furlongs and not inconvenienced by the draw, well, the draw at Newcastle has been favouring towards high, but like all synthetic tracks, the draw sometimes changes, to favour different parts of the track at different race meetings. So if that's not inconveniencing, I think, Baronial Pride at a decent price could win that. And I think the D'Souza straight right could have a chance each way. And the other one I like was Rathbone. He's drawn in 13, I think, Rathbone. He's quite a decent price. I think if he could get the trip as well, he'll be coming there. There's a couple of 7 furlong specialists in this race. But anyway, we'll look at if you look at the postmark figures, the best one in is that Baronial Pride, Mullen riding for Fahy. Now, the thing is, he's not bred for, well, it looked like he was going, he can get the 7 furlongs well, but there's a lot of speed in the pedigree. But you'd think, by looking at him, he's probably a little bit of freak. He'd probably get a mile. Looking at the way he races. But anyway, it's just too much to do. I can't get all that racing for the Twitter. So what I'm gonna have to do now, because I've mumbled on here, is just upload it on my YouTube channel, and then I'll just send the link. Well, anyway, I'll give you we'll go through the two. I was gonna go through the 235 race because it was the easiest to do. But saying I'm now changing my mind, we'll go on to the YouTube channel. But the thing is, a lot of you probably won't watch it now. That's the thing. Because you like it just convenient on the Twitter, you see. Anyway, right, this first race, Heed Your Hunch Betway Handicap, over 1.5 miles. Well, the two horses I was sweet on was this number 8, Sweet Marmalade. And the other one I was interested in is... look for the jockey, Steve Donahue, Rebecca Major Snugfit. Now they've both got the course and distance course form anyway. Obviously they haven't won on the track, but they've both got like course form. Obviously Gangi, yours and that archive have won on the track. But their recent form hasn't been much up to much. But the recent course form, I really like Sweet Marmalade and Major Snugfit. I think Major Snugfit might try and make all in this race, and try and kick on. But I think this Sweet Marmalade, you might just get him late there. That's what I'm thinking anyway. And I do like another one, that Lever, but and obviously Central City for Andrea Azzini, that'll be probably well backed, Ian Williams, you can't leave him out, brilliant trainer. But anyway, the one I did like was this Sweet Marmalade, but I think Major Snugfit will try and go for home early. But anyway, he might last home, but we'll just go for Sweet Marmalade there. But anyway, the race I wanted to look at was this 235, because I wanted to get something, what I've told you about these 2-year-olds and 3-year-old maidens. I wanted to clarify something, that's what it was. Right, and we look at the race, okay? So, because it all depends on the pedigree, you see. And it depends on, the profile of the horse and the stable. So basically, normally I wouldn't I wouldn't even consider a second starter, right? Mostly in these sort of, these maidens, these sort of a certain class, if they're below a certain class, the trainers really want these horses. I mean, if they do show a great run on the first run, they'll think, oh right, I can win a race here, and I'll put it away. So they'll put the horse away, the 2-year-old or 3-year-old, after its first run. And some of these, jockeys and trainers, they're surprised by the run, so they're quite surprised. Even though the pedigree says it could be decent, some of the trainers are quite surprised by the horses' run, that they've run above their expectations, and they put them away after that one run. And everyone's looking at the form thinking, oh yes, that'll improve next time, when they don't improve next time because the trainer is trying to get the best out of the horses, just giving it more experience next few times. They just put them in the field. But doesn't happen to everyone. So don't get me wrong that saying the second time starters don't win, because they do. It depends on the profile. Now I've got a perfect profile one, and I see that it's drifting out. Now I don't think it should be drifting, and I think some of you have taken my comments literally and thinking that, oh, it's a second time starter. Now I do like this number 3 Productive. This Phoenix Thoroughbred horse, Dark Angel. Out of a decent dam. When I looked at the dam and the second dam, there was quite a lot in the pages there. So I'm not going to go through it. But anyway, this Arju number 8. Now I'm quite interested in him, even though I've said they don't win on the second run. Now, this trainer, Robert Cowell, he probably wants this to win on second run because of the pedigree. Now look at the Japanese pedigree. This Karakonti, he's like a bred from American stock in Japanese stock, and it's not dirt as well, it's turf. So I would think with a pedigree like that, they'd probably want this horse to win. That's the difference, you see. Even though, and the 28 days since it last run, and it created quite a bit of an impression in that race, and that race looks a really decent yardstick. That race at Kempton. So I would consider batting this Ardu, even though it's drifting out, because I think this is probably prep today. Because a lot of them go in the field, and they'll get their handicap mark, and they'll not be trying the next two, they'll just get an experience. But I think this one, on its second run, will be prepped and primed and conditioned to win the race. And I do also like the Ventura Beauty. I think he's got a chance there on his third run. Now, if this Ardu wasn't in the race, I'd be looking at this Ventura Beauty, to try and topple this favourite on debut, but the favourite has got a decent pedigree. I would normally go for them, but the 4 to 5, the price is restricting me from betting it, but I respect this horse, the favourite, on its pedigree alone, and it does look like a debut prepper that can prep to win on debut. And another horse I liked, if you go into the second family, the second dam, this let us go down. This Haslam horse, plus the Argent, 66 to 1. Now he's by Kindergarten. That's not a bad stallion, Kindergarten. But the second dam, I'll go through the dam hasn't had an opportunity, I didn't think, when it was running in France. I don't think, you've got to look at these and think, did it have an opportunity to show anything? I don't think it had any opportunity to show anything in France anyway. So I'm just going to discount the dam, and I'm going to rely on the second dam, Tamina. And the second dam has got some pretty smart form, So if we rely on the second dam, by Green Desert, out of Tamuna, by Miswaki, I mean, that's a decent pedigree. I mean, if you look at the second dam, second at Newbury on debut, there, look at the second dam. Then one at Haydock over 6 furlongs. Then one again at Sandown. And this dam's daughter, next time out, didn't sort of perform in France. But I would just discount that, the first dam, and just rely more on the second dam. So the page, it's not as bad as pages people making out. For a horse to be with a pedigree like that, and I do like Kindergarten as a stallion, with a pedigree like that, 66-1 for a trainer that gets them ready for Newcastle. No, it's sort of, and you can bet these in the pro markets. You can take out the favourite and the second favourite, at Bet365 pro markets, and you can bet this thing at 18-1 without both favourites each way. So I would say this, or you could go to the each way extra market, 66-1. Now he is 35-1 for fourth place. Now if you get fourth place, if this Haslam horse gets fourth place, plus wherever he is, plus the Argent number 11, if he gets fourth place at 35-1, fifth of the odds, you're making a profit, aren't you? I mean, he's even 18 or 22-1 to get 6 places. I mean, I would see this horse will be in the top 6 with that pedigree. I mean, I'm relying on the second dam coming through, to the pedigree on the page and not the dam. I mean, I'm going to forgive the dam for, when I'm looking at the trainer who trained the dam, I'm thinking it hasn't been given a chance, I'm nothing against the trainer of the dam, but I'm thinking they didn't give it a chance, so I'm just going to discount that. And there's things like, when horses don't win races, like the dams don't win races first time up, and you're looking at them, you've got to look at like the owners and stuff like that. Do the owners or the trainers like to get them ready, prepped for the win on debut? So, because some of them don't like getting the whip on debut, and they don't prep them, and they've got really good pedigrees. So them are the things you've got to take into consideration. But anyway, this Ardew would be my tip number 8, even though it's dripping. And I have said that don't bet second time, but you've got to take it on merit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Most of the time, 95%, I wouldn't take a second time starter. But these are the ones. There is a certain little box of 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds. I do bet second go, and this is it. This Ardew, just because of its breeding and the circumstances of the pedigree and the trainer, and everything else, and that, and I respect this trainer, Robert Cowell, and I know that he does like to win on second go as well. So that's what you've got to look at. I also, I do respect the pedigree of the thing, but anyway, we'll go for this number 8 Ardew second time starter at 85-40, drifting out, and we'll put 1 point win on it. And I've already mentioned about the other ones, haven't I? Baronial and the other one in the first race at Newcastle. But anyway, I only come to discuss one race. This was a 2:35, and I put a little bit extra in because I knew I was going to go over the time anyway for Twitter. Because Twitter, you get like 50 seconds or something to say something about the race. And I can't go through it properly. You can handicap along with me in the races in the future. I'll show you how the handicapping works. Anybody that's not interested in the handicapping, we'll do it the easier, the more simple way. I mean, you can rely on these Racing Post handicappers with some excellent top class handicappers at the Racing Post, and it's all done for you. But if you want to refine it and use my system, I've got another system. It's sort of a symbiotic system of handicapping, and I think it gives it a little bit of a more edge to your horse. It gives them a little, half a length on top, sort of thing. And it works a treat because I've been doing it for 25 years and picking winner after winner after winner using that handicap system. But basically, when the 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds, you're just looking at the figures as a guide, really. You're not basing the horse's run off the figure when they're 2 and 3, because they're improving all the time in the pedigrees and the distance. I mean, half of the 2-year-olds are not running at their correct distance, as you see, because they're bred for further. And when you first start out, the 5-year-olds, you've got to have the speed work into them, and the speed pedigrees when they first come out in the spring in the 2-year-olds. So you can't get long distance pedigrees early on and stuff like that, and it just depends what if they're late or early foals and stuff when you're first racing them. So we'll go through all that in the spring, and I'll show you how to pick 2-year-olds from debut with no form whatsoever. You'll be amazed at how it's done.